Coming up on Oregon News, the University of Oregon celebrates Pride with their third annual festival. Reporter Jack MacArthur covers the event. Staying on the UO campus, Hayward Field is hosting the NCAA Track Championship. Track teams from all over the nation are pouring into Eugene for the four-day event. This week also celebrated the Latino Roots Film Festival. Oregon News starts right now. Hello and welcome to Oregon News. We're your anchors Joe LaLiberte.
And I'm Monica Hobbs. Let's get into today's news.
Shall we? On Wednesday, Oregon News reporter Jack MacArthur attended the University of Oregon's third annual Pride Festival in honor of the LGBTQ+ community and Pride Month
on the EMU lawn. The festival lasted 6 hours and it helped spread awareness and connect LGBT community members.
Yeah, it was really satisfying to see people celebrating their pride. I was running a photo booth. It was really nice to see people in love, people like being friends with each other, all types of different relationships. It was a really positive atmosphere, I would say.
The event exceeded expectations. LGBT ESS organizers described it as their biggest event of the year.
It was really impressive how many people showed up. I think it exceeded all of our expectations. Just for like a number count, we initially agreed on 250 servings with the lemonade company, and we ended up doing about 450. And so definitely a bigger turnout than we expected, but wonderful to see the support.
On campus, LGBT community organizations hold numerous events throughout the year, but Wednesday's Pride Festival was the biggest one by far.
Yeah, I think this is definitely our biggest event of the year, and it's our most visible event of the year because it is outside and anyone who's walking by can choose to join us. So I think it definitely helps build community on campus.
I'm here on the campus of the University of Oregon in front of the EMU for the third annual Pride Festival. As you can see, there are numerous tents here on campus, and this event started at noon and it's going to be going on until 6 p.m. During the event, there were community building activities including cornhole, face painting, and tote bag decorating. The student organizers were pleased with the event's showout. There were over 20 different interactive tents, which included different community organizations beyond the campus, including organizations such as HIV Alliance, Transponder, and other subgroups around campus. At these subgroups, people can meet and bond over their identities in order to help build community. Jack MacArthur, Oregon News.
A young adult was rescued from the Willamette River near Island Park on Wednesday. Springfield fire officials rushed to the scene at around 10 a.m. to a report of two children screaming for their mother, one clinging to a rock in the water and the other in a raft. Yet when responders arrived, only one person was found. They believe the report was incorrect. Fire officials searched the river for another person, but did not find anything. The old J.H. Baxter treatment plan is in the works. The Regional Environmental Protection Agency is working on approval for extensive cleanup. The Eugene plant closed back in January 2022, followed by concerns about the safety of surrounding residents. The cleanup will channel millions of dollars of federal money into cleaning the water and soil. If approved, it will list in March 2025.
Oregon News reporter Mario Ponce went to the Latino Roots Film Festival this week, a film festival for documentaries to celebrate Latino people in Oregon.
So the event going on today is Latino Roots Celebration. So it's a class that both Lynn and Gabriela host. The whole point of it is to create documentaries of people who are Latinos here in Oregon.
The Latino Roots Festival is showing films in both English and Spanish to highlight the bilingual character of Hispanic Oregonians. I'm here in the EMU Ballroom, the location of the Latino Roots Film Festival. But as you can see, it's about a lot more than just films. There's a lot of history and culture in this event as well. The event featured various Hispanic foods and a musician performed live for the guests.
After my playing, they talk with me and say, "Oh, very nice music. I love your music." Blah blah blah. It's welcome.
The festival was hosted by CLLAS, a Hispanic cultural organization of the College of Arts and Sciences. This is the last event of the current academic year, but more events are planned when classes resume in fall term.
The entire point of the Latinos Roots celebration is that we cover the history of Latino and Hispanic Americans here that really you don't get.
Reporting for Oregon News, I'm Mario Ponce.
Coming up next, we take a look at SpaceX's latest launch, a case involving a serial killer in Portland, and results regarding international elections. Stay tuned.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug, you know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Following a string of murders in Portland, a suspected serial killer has been charged. On Thursday morning, Jesse Calhoun was arraigned and entered a not guilty plea for the murders of 3 women in the Portland metro area in early 2023. While Calhoun was charged with the deaths of Joanna Speaks, Charity Perry, and Bridget Webster, there are 2 other women who were found dead under suspicious circumstances during the same time period. Those 2 women are Kristen Smith and Ashley Reel. Kristen's mother, Melissa, said, "It's killing us families. This is a living nightmare to go through this. I support the other families, and I'm here for all of them as they are for us and Ashley's family as we keep fighting to get the truth and answers we deserve." SpaceX's Starship launch is the company's second uncrewed test this year. The launch was on Thursday at the private Starbase facility in Boca Chica, Texas. This flight tested the ship's reusability. According to the SpaceX broadcast, 32 of the rocket's 33 engines lit during the launch, which met milestones during the test flight. The Starship capsule achieved orbital insertion while the booster successfully landed. This comes after Boeing's successful Starliner launch manned by 2 veteran NASA astronauts.
An executive order from President Biden is restricting asylum access for those illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexican border. The order bans migrants from cross the border illegally from seeking asylum if a daily threshold is reached. There is exception for lone minors, trafficking victims, and individuals in need of medical attention. The restriction may be lifted and enforced at any time. Administrative officials say it will be lifted when the daily average of crossings are below 1,500.
Biden's announcement does not come as a shock to the migrants in the border town of Tuxtla, Mexico.
Pues, te sabe que esas noticias siempre se han dado. Desde ya mucho tiempo están diciendo lo mismo. Desde que estaba Trump, ¿me entiendes? Estaba diciendo que las fronteras se van a cerrar, hicieron una barda, hicieron el muro, todo eso. Pero aún así, ¿me entiendes? El colapso de personas que venimos nosotros de nuestros países es demasiado.
Cada quien en su gobierno puede hacer y tomar las decisiones que quiere, pero nosotros vamos a tratar de cumplir la meta y si no la cumplimos y seguiremos insistiendo hasta que lo logremos. Así como cuando tumbamos las puertas de Colombia, de Ecuador, Chile, Brasil, Perú, España y así sucesivamente y esto nunca va a terminar. Este es un proceso así de muchos años.
Vamos a seguir porque tenemos fe Dice la palabra de Dios que la fe es la certeza de lo que se espera y la convicción de lo que no se ve. Tenemos la certeza de que vamos a llegar y la convicción de que vamos a estar allá trabajando.
World leaders are stepping into power following this week's elections. In Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum was elected to be Mexico's first female and Jewish president in the primarily Catholic country. According to Mexican National Electoral Institute, Sheinbaum won with 58% of the vote, maintaining the power for the left-wing party. Sheinbaum is a climate scientist and was previously the mayor of Mexico City. As Mexico welcomes a new president, India seems the return of Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the third time. While Modi won, his Hindu Nationalist Party lost seats in the lower house. This will be Modi's first time ruling without his party in the majority.
All athletes' careers must eventually come to an end, but softball star Hannah Delgado's retirement came earlier than she expected. Stick around to hear her story next.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Veterans, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't wait. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more. I'm more than who I am on paper.
You're American, and then you come home and you're Honduran.
Totally relate to that. Like, it's like double personality kind of thing.
University of Oregon softball star Hannah Delgado's season took a dramatic turn after a devastating injury on the field earlier this season.
Delgado this season, a .365 average. Delgado, the center fielder, left-handed runs in her senior season.
We are just ready to go out there and show the world what we can do because we have so much adversity everywhere.
Top 25 tilt here in Tucson, Ducks versus Wildcats, the beginning of a 3-game series. Weather today, 86 degrees. It's a warm one here in Tucson. So much history in this stadium. Rita Hillenbrand's a lot of success in this stadium. A proud Arizona fan base. It's going to be a shame not to be here next season. So much history in this building. Nonetheless, a good rivalry between these two programs.
Did she just give me bunny ears? Yeah. Ariel, how dare you do that? I think they're going to put the hose.
So if they can keep the ball in the yard, at least on defense, and if they can try to do everything they can to come up clutch with runners in scoring position. The Ducks right now 295 with runners in scoring position, which is unbelievable. A really big improvement because it felt like UCLA left 20 runners combined on base between both games. So if they can take advantage of those opportunities, the Ducks should have a good game one.
Have you ever had a player with an injury kind of to that level?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've had ACL tears, but just to see something like that, no.
I just remember screaming for Ariel, please just get somebody right now, help me.
It's bottom of the fourth, 6-2 the score. Party goes with Reagan Breedlove. Delgado at the track, dives into the wall and makes the catch. Or did she? She's hurt in center field.
She is in pain right now, and she hit the wall
Carlson
super hard.
and company keeping an eye on her. She slammed head first into the wall.
That any Duck fan wants to see.
Both teams circle up, moment of silence, a prayer for Hannah. Just, it's bigger than softball.
It doesn't matter really if you're a Duck fan or Arizona fan. You never want to see a player get injured like Hannah Delgado is right now. You could just see her teammates are distraught right now. We really hope Delgado's okay, and we're praying for her well-being.
Hannah Delgado has been helped off the field on a stretcher. The ambulance is here, and she's been taken immediately.
What happened, I think, just gave us all a lot of perspective on the game, and it doesn't really matter if you're striking out, having a bad at-bat when you have a teammate who was taken off the field like that. And so we were just trying to play for her.
My dad and my grandpa were there with me. I was also asking, do you guys really think that something is wrong? Like, you really think something's broken? And they were just saying, no, we really don't think something's broken. Like, this is just all really precautionary stuff. It's better to be safe than sorry. But I just knew it wasn't something good. There was no way that there wasn't something broken back there. I had a posterior dislocation of my C6 vertebrae. I fractured my C5 vertebrae in a couple of areas. My joints weren't stable, and they were like off-centered. I immediately just broke down again because I was like, well, there goes my season now.
Well, if you're just joining us, Hannah Delgado expected to make a full recovery, and it is senior weekend coming up. We're going to talk about that, and it sounds like she's going to be here this weekend.
Yes, she is like, I will be there, coach. I will be there. There's no way I'm missing it. Oh, she will be there.
I cope with the injury. I would say the support was tremendous help for me. The amount of outpouring love that I received from a lot of people. I really don't know what I would be like without all of that support. It's not about like the attention. It's just like I guess I've never realized how much of an impact that I made on other people's lives.
I keep saying this. I just think she provided more strength for us than we did for her.
The team has always said, like, ever since the injury happened, like, I've given them strength to keep going, and I'm like, well, it's been like the opposite. Like, you guys have given me strength to like wake up every day and like continue to like show up here and show up for you guys and like want to be here for you guys.
Please allow the seniors to continue to grow their relationship with you and just prosper in the rest of their lives, and know that we're with them the whole entire way and will forever be the Oregon bond. I love you.
Celtics take Game 1 at home against the Mavs. The University of Oregon is hosting the NCAA Track and Field Championships. Oregon baseball will face off against Texas A&M in their second straight Super Regional. And more. Caleb McLeod with the sports coming up next.
Bring it.
Guys, I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
The NBA Finals are underway with the Boston Celtics facing off against the Dallas Mavericks. Safe to say that the Celtics got off to the right start. Celtics center Kristaps Porzingis made his postseason return after not playing for a 10-game stretch and immediately making an impact, ending the night with 20 points in 21 minutes of play. The Celtics defense swarmed the Mavericks the entire night, gaining the lead at the 6-minute mark in the first quarter and not looking back, expanding their lead to as much as 29 points and maintaining the lead the rest of the way. For the Mavericks, Kyrie Irving shot an inefficient 6 for 19 shooting, tying for his personal worst shooting percentage in a finals game, adding to the many reasons why the Mavericks weren't able to win a Game 1. The Mavericks look to even the series in Game 2, which will take place at TD Garden at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Today is day 3 of the 2024 NCAA Track and Field Championships at Hayward Field, marking the second time in 4 years that the University of Oregon has held the event. 175 schools are represented throughout the 4 days that the events are taking place, and the University of Oregon specifically will have 20 participants competing for various individual championships. But history was made on day 2 of the championships, as Oregon's own Jada Ross won the first ever women's shot put national championship, beating out the second place holder by almost a whole meter. So far, the past 2 days were held as qualifying events for the men and women's finals being held today and Saturday, June 8th. Track powerhouses like South Carolina, Arkansas, and Oregon are all being represented in the final days. Students at the University of Oregon looking to attend the events are offered free tickets through the university. For scheduled details about the 2024 NCAA Track and Field Championship, visit our social media pages on Instagram and TikTok. The Ducks are flying into the Super Regionals for the second year in a row, defeating the University of California, Santa Barbara this past Tuesday. Oregon baseball suffered what many fans considered a disappointing Pac-12 tournament run after losing 2 straight games. Fortunately, the Ducks were able to be selected into the NCAA baseball tournament, where they won 3 games in 3 days to punch their ticket to Super Regionals. The Ducks will take on the 4th-seeded Texas A&M Aggies on June 8th and June 9th in order to advance to the Men's College World Series. Switching to softball, the Oklahoma Sooners are your NCAA softball national champions once again, marking a historical 4th time in a row that the Sooners softball team has won the Women's Collegiate World Series, defeating the University of Texas Longhorns in a sweep. The Sooners are no strangers to postseason success after previously having a 20-game postseason win streak before being snapped by the University of Florida Gators this past year.
Rum seems to be an underappreciated type of alcohol in the United States, a country where more than half of adults drink. Fahim Khan with more on rum coming up next. Adults?
Hey, bro. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents. You think you created family out of characters? Yeah, of course. I'm gonna take that and make it into a song.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way out? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
I want to eat.
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Who doesn't love some good old-fashioned rum? Yet many don't know the backstory of the popular liquor. Fahim Khan dove into the world of rum. Here he is with more.
It comes as no surprise that Americans love to drink. In fact, Pew Research Center reports that as of 2024, 62% of adults in the U.S. say that they drink.
Historically, the U.S. has always welcomed the sale of all kinds of booze, including vodka, whiskey, and tequila. But perhaps the most overlooked spirit is rum. And that is possibly due to the fact that the spirit has quite a dark history.
Rum was first found to be distilled back in the 17th century in the Caribbean during the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved people were forced to cultivate the sugarcane that was used to produce rum on plantations, and the spirit itself was often used as a form of currency to purchase more slaves.
Part of the history of rum is who consumes it. And so early on it was consumed by slaves and poor whites. The rich people in the colonies drank brandy, cognac, wine. They kind of adapted the taste sensibilities of the European elite, but it was kind of the poor and the ethnic that were drinking rum.
That denotion has casted a long shadow over rum, contributing to the perception that it's a cheap and lower class drink.
The rum is gone.
Why is the rum gone?
In Eugene, rum is making a comeback thanks to the enthusiasm of Yardie Rum Bar and its mixologist Nico Cintani. He is on a mission to elevate rum and change the way we think about
texture, and what.
Cintani made me a daiquiri, which he says is the most quintessential rum cocktail.
You're supposed to shake it to wake it up, not put it to sleep.
Enjoying my final daiquiri here at Yardie Rum Bar. This is Fahim Khan signing off for Oregon News.
That was a delicious looking daiquiri. I'm more of a mojito guy, but you know.
I love a good meal.
To each their own. Yeah, actually meals too. Staying on the topic of alcohol and rum, did you guys hear that Max's is charging a $3 cover charge now?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I guess they announced it last week on social media, and it takes into effect on Friday, Saturday, Sundays from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
The most overrated bar that I just don't enjoy being in there.
I can't just pay $3 just to go get tater tots on a Friday.
Me personally, I've never been that big of a Max's fan, but with the cover charge, I just don't understand.
I don't think it's worth it.
Especially with all the other bars around campus not having cover charges, it just...
We got Rennie's, we got Webfoot. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. With Oregon News, I'm Joe LaLiberte.
I'm Monica Hobbs.
And I'm Caleb McLeod.
We want to say a special thank you as this is our final airing of the season. It's the last day of the school term, so special thanks to Joey McMurray and to Jesse Abdenauer. Without you guys, we couldn't have done this at all. And to John Sharpie and the behind the camera crew.
They were lovely.
They were awesome people.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're gonna say congrats and thank you all with some confetti here.
Whee!
I'll throw the confetti.
Yeah, there we go. Just keep throwing it. There we go.
Wow.
What a great show.
But yeah, thank you all. We look forward to rejoining you with Oregon News when class picks back up. We're all graduating, so hopefully you'll see us on other editions of Live News.
Yeah. When we make it, when we get big. Yeah.
When we start our careers. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.